Hi, and thanks for checking out my channel. My name is Chana, and this is Jar of Fireflies. Here you'll find content all about my life as an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling mother of 3. Okay, so it is summertime and I decided to take you guys along for a typical day in the life of us as we homeschool during the summer. Yes, we do school year round, but we do things a little bit different during the summer. It's definitely lighter in the summer and it's very interest-led by my children. We're not following a curriculum, we're following a unit study, but I'm gonna get all into that here as we go through the video. For now, I'm gonna go grab my kids some breakfast. They've all just woken up and then we can get our day started. While I worked on getting food together, my oldest son went ahead and sat down at my computer so he could watch an episode of the Magic School Bus that pertained to what we were learning about this week. Okay, so I came in here to grab my son's books. He has finished watching the video that I wanted him to watch, and we can get to our reading now. I also had some yummy tacos because tacos are amazing. All right, so I've got my handy dandy clipboard with all my notes written on it. What I did is basically it's a curriculum from the Waldock Way, and I've kind of adapted it a little bit, added some more to it because my son is a little bit older than what it's geared towards, but I still wanted it to be like a relaxed and fun thing for us to do this summer. So, where did he go? There you are. Where do you want to do school, buddy? Where should we read? In here?
Yeah.
On the couch or on the floor? What do you want to do?
On the floor.
Okay, pick a spot and we'll get set up.
Yeah.
All the books. Okay. So my son took a minute to go ahead and make himself a nice comfy spot on the floor for himself and his stuffed animals, and then we were ready to get started. This unit study is really fun and right up our alley. It's a bunch of outdoor survival skills. The unit study is from the Waldock Way and it's called Survival Camp. And it basically goes through some Bear Grylls books, both fiction and nonfiction. And also I added in a few of the Bear Grylls survival handbooks, which is some extra learning for us. We started off with the nonfiction books that we were reading, and then we moved on to our fiction book. Everything this week in the unit study pertains to survival in the desert in really, really hot climates, and also what exactly is a desert. The fiction books in this series could be read individually or as a series. They do kind of flow into each other where you introduce the character that's in the next book, in the previous book, but you definitely would not have to read them together to understand what is going on. These books to me are very similar to the Magic Treehouse books where, a main character is sort of whisked off into some other place where they are learning survival skills though, instead of trying to solve a mystery like in the Magic Treehouse books. After that, we sat on the couch and read a little bit of the weekly Parsha from the Rabbi Jeravel books. We really love these books. They are so fantastic. And we just read a little bit every day. That way, by the end of the week, they've got a pretty good grip on what is happening in the Parsha that week. Okay, so we are all finished with the reading that I had planned for today. This week is all about desert survival stuff, and I like to do some sort of a fun activity that goes along with what we're learning about. So for example, yesterday we did a watercolor painting of a desert scene, and today I don't really so much have a fun activity planned. I was thinking about maybe doing some sand art or something like that, and that just quite frankly sounds terribly messy to me. But I do know that we have a trip planned later tonight to meet up with some friends at a nature preserve for a nice socially distanced visit to do some bird watching and talk about animals and nature and all of that jazz. So since that's already in the cards for today, I'm just gonna let that be our fun activity and let us all have a little break right now. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the camera off now and run around, get a little cleaning done, just kind of straightening up around the house, take a little break myself. The kids are all taking a break right now. And then here in a little bit, we're gonna work on some scouting activities because that to me is very much a part of our summer activities, our summer school, summer education, like whatever you want to call it. To me, it's all the same. But yeah, I'm going to work on a badge with my daughter and then work on some stuff with my son that he is working on for his Nova Awards for Cub Scouts.
And
all right.
also on the you can read me.
Okay.
That. It's also going to be on it. So what do we do first?
All our instructions here, what to do. So one of the things we need to do is watch one of the live stream videos from the STEM team.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Uh-huh.
So I really didn't get a whole lot of straightening up done before my daughter came in and asked me if it was time to do her Girl Scouts. Not wanting to quell her enthusiasm, I went ahead and pulled her into my sewing room and we got to work. My plan for her today was to work on a fun patch. That's kind of our plan for the summer, really, is just to earn a bunch of the different fun patches through the patch programs. This one in particular was called Girl Scouts at Home, and it was put on by our local council, and it just basically walked us through a bunch of the resources available for scouting at home. So between earning badges at home or doing activities or just kind of staying involved at Girl Scouts while we're going through this whole pandemic time. We couldn't find a STEM live stream video, which was one of the requirements, but we don't have to do every single requirement. We just had to do a handful. So we went ahead and just watched a video on what STEM things are available in our area for Girl Scouts, and then moved on to some other activities. The next activity that we chose to do was to watch one of the mindfulness videos that are put out by our local council on their Facebook page. So we watched one of those, and the activity that she was going over was about planting plants at your home. So we decided we would do that activity. So we went ahead and headed outside so that we could plant some seeds.
It'll be so much fun. Outside we go.
I grabbed an empty pot, put some dirt inside. She had her seed packet, and so she was planting some beans, and then she watered them, and she was all set. And so we're just going to keep an eye on this every day. She'll go out and water it and take care of it, and she's really excited to eat beans off it here pretty quick. Okay, another activity that we did for one of our Girl Scouting at Home activities was we watched a video about service projects, and this particular one showed us how to make cat toys to donate to a local shelter. So we worked together on making one of those that we can donate to our local shelter. I am going to call them first and just make sure that it's something that would be useful for them. But the activity was fun, and teaching her about service regardless is important. She was very proud of her finished product, and once we were finished earning the badge, I handed it over, and she was so excited to get it. Okay, so that wraps up what I had planned with my daughter for today, because really all I'm doing with her this summer is earning patches from patch programs with Girl Scouts. And that's kind of really the extent of her summer school, unless she chooses to sit in with what I'm doing with her brother. So I do have some Cub Scout stuff planned, like I said, for my son, but that's not going to be until later this evening. After dinner tonight, we're going to meet some friends of ours from our Cub Scout pack for a social distance visit to a local nature preserve. And this is for part of one of his Nova Awards and for one of the belt loops that he is earning for his Cub Scout level. So I will grab the camera later on this evening when we are out there. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna shut the camera off while we all just kind of relax this afternoon. It's very hot today. Summers in Texas are very hot. So we do a lot of kind of more lazing around in the summer just due to the heat. We're much more go, go, go during the winter when it's more pleasant to be outside. Okay, so that's kind of where we are right now, and I will see you guys all a little bit later this evening. Okay, so we're out here at the lake. The boys are doing their Cub Scout thing, and I'm doing some bird watching, which is my new favorite thing to do. I've spotted a great egret, mockingbirds, and red-winged blackbirds so far. All right, I'm gonna go back to the boys. So it was very late in the evening when we went out here to this nature preserve, but our leader who was doing the Nova Award with the boys did a great job leading them, and we had a wonderful hike around the lake. I had my whole family there, so that was really nice. And of course, I'm friends with the other moms here in our Cub Scout pack, so it was great to see them too. And the boys all had so much fun being able to be closer to each other. The kids were learning about endangered species that live here in Texas, and they also learned about animal habitats. We pointed out evidence of animal life here, like a tree that had been chewed by a beaver, and then we were pointing out animals that we were seeing around, IDing birds and things like that. As an additional bonus, as if we needed it to be any better, we were treated to a beautiful sunset on our way home. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I super appreciate it. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing what it's like to do homeschool during the summer in our house. Please be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. It's a small thing, but it helps me out a lot. Drop me a comment below and let me know what you think as well. Would love to hear if you guys have any ideas of things to do with the kids at home during the summer. This whole pandemic thing, of course, changes everything. All right, be sure to hit that subscribe button also if you haven't already so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you in my next upload. Have a great rest of your day.